Hello there. Welcome to my website today. If you go down on the blog, in the center of the blog, you'll see some pictures of me at a Benedictine retreat, a Catholic retreat here in my home state of Louisiana, over around Covington, Louisiana. I've had so many questions about it. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it if you ever wanted to do anything like this. I thought about taking a retreat for a number of years, explored some retreats that were sponsored by both the Catholic Church and the Episcopal Church up in Scotland, which is where most of my family have come from. My blood is about 80% Scottish. Always had a great interest in Scotland, but never could find the time, and I never could make the plans to make that retreat. I heard about an art teacher. I got interested in art here just about 6 months ago. I'm a terrible artist, as you can see looking on the screen at some of the paintings I post, but I'm picking away at it and I'm enjoying it, and that's the important thing. In any event, there was an artist retreat that was to take place at the St. Joseph's Abbey. I'd never really heard of the St. Joseph Abbey by name, but they were the Benedictine monks that were making caskets, and the Funeral Association in Louisiana tried to shut them down, saying they should have a full license to be a funeral embalmer if they wanted to build a simple wood casket. That, of course, is ridiculous. It took a great deal of time and effort, but the Benedictines were successful with volunteer lawyers up at the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, so they can make you a basic casket for a couple of $100s. A number of very important people in this country have ordered those caskets in memory of the Benedictines. They're fairly self-sufficient, not completely like they used to be hundreds of years ago, but they make honey, they make soap, they make bread. They sell a number of these products there at the store there that they have at the monastery. They make the caskets I told you about. They make a lot of their own food. I ate breakfast with eggs made by the abbot, who's the top guy at the church, similar to maybe an archbishop would be a comparison, maybe even a cardinal. Abbots, though, are different in the abbeys within the Benedictines. They don't really have a hierarchy within the Catholic Church. Most of you who are Catholic know you've got the Pope, then you've got the cardinals who are over vast areas, and you've got the archbishops and the bishops on down to the monsignors and the priests. Well, in the abbey, they operate independently. There is some semblance of control. They couldn't just sell all the property and run off to Las Vegas if they so desired, but they pretty much run their own show. The abbot, the head guy in this case, is elected by the other members of the abbey, the other monks there. No politic, and I joke with the abbot there. He was Abbot, his full name, Abbot Father Justin Brown. He's from over around the Lafayette area. A delightful fellow, just so much full of life and vigor. So we talked a good bit about this. I said, did you politic? Do you have to go out and campaign? He said, oh, no, that would be a complete turnoff. He was surprised he got elected, but he is the abbot. He makes a lot of the policy. He leads during the prayers, and there's a lot of praying going on in the Benedictine Church. He leads going in and out of the services. And these monks pray 5 times a day. They get up and have a morning vesper service at 6 a.m. They follow that with, there's a number of names for these various services. If you want to check it out, another service at 7 in the morning. Then the monks go off and do their various chores and work, maybe as basic as cleaning. They take care of goats over there. They may produce the soap. They have a number of jobs. And then at 11:15, there is a mass, a daily mass every day. And they go back to their jobs, do some meditating, reading. And then they come back for Vesper services at 5:15, then again at 6 o'clock at night, 6:30, I think, at night. So 5 times a day they're praying. And it was quite a schedule for me. It was just myself and about 18 monks that were there regularly at these various services. A couple of them took me under wing. I'm a little notorious, as most of you know, and one of them recognized who I was, and I gave him a book, and he was very excited about the book that I'd written about all the controversies in my life and politics. Ended up giving all the monks over their book. Luckily, had some in my car, and it was just so enthralling to have the discussions about their commitment, what they do on a daily basis. And at the Abbey there, once you commit to the Abbey, that's your lifetime long commitment. You don't move around like priests do. Often priests will stay 2 or 3 years in a particular parish and move to some other location, often go to Rome. But these Benedictines are very worthy of where they are. Again, they spend a lot of time alone. They meditate. They do their good works. And there's a strain of St. James in the Bible. In fact, interesting, a lot of scripture reading about St. James. St. James is Jesus' brother. I've written and talked about this before, the fact that I was named after St. James. My grandfather and grandmother named my dad and then me St. James. Or rather, James is my first name. And so as a consequence, I have been very interested in the Apostle James. He was different. You know, there's if you look at the New Testament, so many of the books were written by St. Paul. St. Paul's message basically was that you accept Jesus Christ and you will enter into heaven. James says, wait a minute, now that's too easy. It's not easy to accept Jesus Christ, but he's saying you've got to earn your right to heaven. You've got to do good works. Very big believer of doing good works. And that reflects what the Benedictines say. They pray a good bit, but they also do a great deal of good works. Wonderful place. They'll accept any visitors. You can go on the website and look at St. Joseph's Abbey in Covington, Louisiana, if you want more information. I really enjoyed my stay there. I painted a lot during the day and went to the 5 services a day. And it was quite a week for me. Exhausting. You'd think that meditating would kind of calm you down, but boy, I was going between the praying and the painting, and it really was a very active day. Someone suggested we watch some film about the Abbey about 8:30 and 9 one night. I said, gosh, I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted and have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning for more Vesper services. Wonderful experience. Wanted to share it with you. You'll see some pictures on this website. Hope you have a chance to take on a personal experience like I did. Something that I'll never forget and certainly want to do again. Thanks for looking my website over today.